All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're trying to solve a classic hiring mystery. It's a story all about a job description, a resume, and a connection that seems, well, completely wrong. But is it?
So, here's the setup. We have Destination Vancouver, a huge name in tourism. They're looking for a research analyst, but they don't just want a number cruncher. They need someone who can find the story inside the numbers.
And then an application comes in. But it's not from someone in tourism or marketing. Nope, it's from an industrial engineer who specializes in supply chain logistics. At first glance, you'd think, wrong job, buddy.
And that is our big question today. Is this candidate just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks? Or does he actually have the exact skills Destination Vancouver is looking for, just from a totally different field? Let's dig in and find out.
Okay, first things first, we have to understand what the job is really about. What's the core problem that Destination Vancouver needs this person to solve? And here we go. This is the first question in the job description, and it tells you everything. This isn't just about spreadsheets and charts. The key skill, the real mission, is telling stories with data. They need a storyteller.
And if we break it down, the job really has 4 parts. You've got the basic research and analysis. Then you turn that into insightful reports. Those reports help guide the company's strategy. And all of this is held together by, you guessed it, really good communication.
Okay, so we've got a handle on what the job is. Now let's bring in our person of interest and take a look at his file.
Meet Vijay. His whole background just screams warehouses, shipping routes, and making things more efficient. Logistics. So you have to wonder, how in the world does that connect to tourism and attracting visitors to a city?
Let's start with the stuff that's easy to prove, the technical skills. We're going to put the job requirements and his resume right next to each other and see how they stack up.
All right, first up, visualization. Destination Vancouver needs someone who can build dashboards and reports. Well, Vijay's resume says he's built interactive dashboards in both Excel and Tableau. That's a direct hit. He even did a side project visualizing movie data, which shows he's passionate about it. Okay, how about the software? The job asks for database experience. Vijay lists SQL and SAP. Check and check. He's built dashboards driven by SQL. So even though he was analyzing supply chains and not tourists, the skills and the tools are exactly the same. But what about the bigger picture? Can he think strategically? The job is about finding insights and making recommendations. Well, Vijay's resume shows he ran the analysis for a massive $50 million expansion project. That's not just reporting numbers. That's using data to shape huge business decisions.
So on paper, from a technical standpoint, he's actually a really strong candidate. But let's go back to that #1 requirement. It's not just about the analysis, it's all about the story.
This is the make or break question, right? Can a guy who's used to talking about shipping costs and inventory turn actually explain visitor trends to a group of marketing executives?
Let's look at the exact wording one more time. The key phrase is non-technical, business-oriented audience. This whole job hinges on being a translator, taking complex data and making it simple and meaningful for people who aren't data experts.
Now, if you reframe his experience, you can actually see a clear storytelling process. Step 1, he gathers the data using his dashboards. Step 2, he analyzes it to find ways to save money or be more efficient. And step 3, the most important one, he communicates those insights to senior leaders. That is a data story. But the real evidence, the aha moment, is buried somewhere you would never expect to look. And this is why you have to read every single line of a resume.
He was a mathematics tutor. I mean, think about that for a second. What is tutoring? It's taking a complex, intimidating subject and translating it for an audience that is, by definition, non-expert. He used visual aids and even adapted his style for students with ADHD and dyslexia. If you can explain calculus to an anxious teenager, you can definitely explain visitor data to an executive. And there's another clue. He was a race analyst for a go-kart team. In that role, he had to take in tons of real-time data, lap times, speed, everything, and instantly translate it into simple, actionable advice for a driver. That's data storytelling in a high-pressure, real-world setting.
Okay, we've looked at the job, we've looked at the candidate, we've lined up the technical skills, and we've uncovered some pretty compelling evidence for his hidden storytelling abilities. So what's the final verdict?
So if we were to score his application, it might look something like this. His technical skills are a near perfect match. Strategic thinking? Absolutely there.
Storytelling potential, shockingly high once you dig into it. The only real weak spot, and it's an obvious one, is that he has basically zero direct experience in the tourism industry. So let's just lay it all out. His strengths are huge. He's got incredible technical skills, he's used data to drive big decisions, and he has this really unique background in communicating complex ideas. He'd also bring a fresh perspective. The only real question is, can he point those powerful skills away from logistics and towards understanding tourists?
And that kind of leaves us with a bigger, more interesting question. In a world where every single industry is flooded with data, maybe the best data storytellers aren't the people who've spent their whole career in one field. Maybe they're the ones who've learned how to translate stories across totally different worlds. What do you think?